What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm pretty excited about this one. Wait, sorry. This is Web Dev Journey. I'm pretty excited about this video. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the video that everybody is trying to grab or wants to know about, right? And that is APIs with Amplify. So we're gonna get right into it because there is quite a bit. We're actually going to be coding some stuff. So we're gonna get right into it, okay? Alright, so the first thing that we need to do is obviously add the category Amplify. As you can see, I don't have it listed up there, but as you can see, I don't have API up here. So just letting you know, if I type in Amplify, where's our categories? There's a category for APIs, and that's what we want. So Amplify, and by the way, guys, you do not have to do Amplify API add. You can do add API. It makes much more sense saying it like this, right? I mean, yeah, anyways, you can do it this way, just letting you know. So once you add it, it's going to tell you, hey, what kind of API do you want? GraphQL or REST? GraphQL, guys, is the most simplest one you could do. REST is a little bit tedious to set up, so I'm going to just go with GraphQL. Okay? Provide an API name. I'm going to just say Amplify React API. Something like that, right? Choose a default authorization type for the API. So you could go with API key. I usually do API keys for dev. Since we have Cognito already set up, right? The Cognito user pool, I'm just going to be using Amazon Cognito user pool. That's it. We already have it set up, so why bother with anything else? Let's just go with that. And let's say that, do you want to configure advanced settings? No, I'm done. I am done. Do you have an annotated GraphQL schema? No, I don't. So what kind of schema do we want? A single object with fields, one-to-many relationships, and then you get to the fine-grained access control, which is, if you know what you're doing, go for it, right? But I'm gonna just go for a single object with fields, right? Simple to do, right? Let's just do that. And it's going to start setting this up locally, as we all know. Do you want to edit the schema now? Now, here's the thing, guys. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I was thinking about, should we do a feedback kind of API, or should we do a to-do API? Does it really matter? Let's go with to-do, right? It's the simplest thing. So no, I don't want to edit it. I want to do a to-do API schema. All right. So now that we have that, we're gonna do Amplify Push, so that way we could push the configuration up to the cloud, and it's going to create all of our resources. Let's get this done. All right. Yes, are you sure you want to continue? I do. Do you want to generate code for your newly created GraphQL? Yes, I do. We are using JavaScript. You could use TypeScript as you want, but I prefer JavaScript. I might do a series on TypeScript, just letting you know. Enter the file pattern name. I'm just leave it as default. That's good enough for me. And do you want to update all possible GraphQL operations, queries, mutations, and subscriptions? Yes, I do. I want Amplify to take care of everything. Okay, that's the whole point of Amplify, to take care of everything. So yes, default yes to everything. Now this is going to take some time, but like I said, guys, if you want to see what's going on, go to the CloudFormation. It is going to be creating some resources and also new stacks. Just get in there and start messing around. But in this video, I'm not even going to get in there. I've already done that so many times. All right, I'll just be back when this is all done. All right, guys, I am back. Now, if you've been doing what I've been doing, and that's playing around with Amplify a lot, where you get to the point where you add some categories, delete some categories. You keep on like add and delete, remove, all that stuff. But you forget to publish at one point. You might have gotten an error. Now that error for me, I did that. I was trying to do APIs. I was trying to do this video. I did the APIs, and then I got an error saying that, hey, there is no API ID in the parameters. And that was the error that I was getting. No API ID in the parameters. Now, there's not that much help on Google for that kind of stuff, and I was like, I don't even know what to do. So what I ended up doing was removing the analytics, the auth, and then just redoing those again, adding them again. So I removed them analytics and auth, and then added them. Oh wait, removed, published. I pushed it up to the cloud so that way all the resources would delete, and then added them, and then pushed that to the cloud, and then did the API as well, and then everything started to work fine. Just letting you know, if you do run into problems and you cannot find nothing that would fix it in Google, just delete the resources on analytics, or matter of fact, probably just auth. You could just delete auth, publish it, and then re-upload auth, and then add APIs. All right, just letting you know. All right, so let's get back to the video. This is done. Now, one thing I do want you to know or notice is that over here, there's going to give you two things. Well, there's actually three things. This GraphQL, this is a folder inside of the source, and it gives you all the things like mutations. So this is to create a to-do, update to-do, delete to-do, the queries, list to-dos, get a specific to-do, the subscriptions, on, create to-do. This is all the stuff, basic stuff for GraphQL. If you do know GraphQL. If you don't, it is very simple. You don't have to know the syntax for GraphQL. It did that for you, as you see right here. You should need to know what are subscriptions, queries, and mutations. But pretty much it's common sense, right? And do not worry about the schema. Do not touch it. This is all done via Amplify. Now, if you do know what you're doing, then go ahead and touch it. You know what you're doing, right? Now, don't touch this as well, just letting you know this is right here. So the thing that I wanted to let you guys know is that if you go inside the Amplify folder, I never talk about the Amplify folder because for the most part, you should just leave it alone. There is no reason for you guys to go in here unless you know what you're doing. But in this case, we do need to go in here. So if you go to Amplify, go to Backend, go to the API folder, and then go to the schema. This is where that schema, or you could define multiple schemas if you really wanted to. Like I said, if you do know GraphQL, then go ahead and do it. If you don't, then just look up how to make schemas in GraphQL, and then do it right here. But basically, if you wanted to change it, this is where you would change it. Right now, we only have a to-do schema, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing, is creating a to-do application, I guess. Now that I'm thinking about it, didn't think about it, but we're going to be doing a to-do application, all right? So let's get right into it. So we have that set up. We have all the resources up in the cloud. Now our schema has an ID. Don't worry about the ID. The ID is automatically generated for us. What we do need to worry about is the name and description. Okay, so we're going to be doing some stuff with APIs, so that way you get a feel like how to work with APIs with React. Okay, so inside of, where was it, app.js? Yes, right here. Let me get rid of this. All right, so the first thing I want to do is grab the user, right? We want the username because, let me actually, sorry. Let me go back over here. I'm gonna actually open this up so that way we can see it. So we have the name and description. We need the user that's currently signed in, so that way we could push it as the name, right? So where is it at? App.js. Now, obviously, the user is in the auth category, so we're going to need to take or grab the auth module that AWS Amplify provides us, and this is how we're going to grab the user. Now, the way I'm gonna do it right off the bat on use effect. Once this component mounts, I'm gonna try to grab the user, okay? So right here, yeah, right below this is where I'm going to grab the user. So the way you grab the user is very simple. Auth dot, it'll give you some methods that you could use. The method we're trying to grab is current authenticated user. This is the method, and it's going to return a promise. So I'm gonna do a dot. Then we are going to get a user back, and we're gonna see that user. So I'm gonna just log out user, so that way we can see what's going on. Okay, so control save that, open up your localhost 3000, so 3000, there we go. All right, if I console log this, let me see, here's my cognito user, as you can see right there. Open that up, and it's going to give you a lot of information. Like I said, you could look at this stuff up, but honestly, God, I hate it when that does that. Anyways, honestly, this is going to give you a lot of things: attributes, authentication flow type. These are some things that you do not want the front end to have, period. The only thing we want is this username right here, which is WDJ. So that's what I'm gonna do. So it's inside user.wdj. Let's grab that. All right, so console log. Well, I'm not gonna console log it because we already know where it lives. What I am going to do is I'm gonna create a state. So it's going to equal use state. There we go. It's going to be null first of all. Oops. What am I doing? There you go. It's null. So we're gonna get username set username. Name. Should it be capitalized, right? It should be the end. Okay. So username is set username, and we are using use state. So hopefully there it is, use state. Awesome. So now what we want to do is instead of console log, I'm gonna say set username, and we're gonna get user.username. Is it lowercase? I forget if it's lowercase or not. Let me see. It is lowercase. So username. So this should be username. So this should be lowercase, and this should be lowercase as well. I'm just trying to, trying to keep everything organized. Control save. Let's actually put that down here. So right above this, I'm doing H1. I'm gonna say welcome or welcome. I'm gonna say user name. Now if I control save that, let's open up our browser. We should say, hey, there you go. Welcome to WDJ. We got our user. We should probably get rid of that, right? Oh, we did, so it doesn't matter. All right, so next up, like I said, we're going to be doing a to-do, I guess, since this is a to-do. So let's do a to-do. By the way, guys, if you wanted to do something else like feedback, just name this to like feedback and then put all the attributes that you need for feedback or whatever, right? It's a model. You know how to do this. But we're doing to-do. So right below the sign out. Let's just do it right below the sign out, right? Screw it. Right here, we're going to create a form. And in this form, we're going to have input, type text, name is going to be to do, and the ID is going to be to do, whatever. We're also going to have a button that the type is going to equal submit. I'm going to say submit. Okay. Also, we need to keep track of this input. So right here, I'm just say on change, it's going to equal, all right, we're going to have an event, and I guess we should create another state up here. So let's create another state, and this is going to be the to do. So to do set to do. All right, so right here, we're going to say set to do. And we're going to grab the value from e.target.value. There it is. And matter of fact, just to make everything nice and simple, we're going to see every time we type something, what's going on. So I'm going to just say to do. I'm going to do it this way right here. Watch. To do. Space. All right. If I control save this now, let's see if this is working for right now. All right, so we have something. If I start typing, yes, we got that. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's keep on going. So our very first API that we're going to be doing is, what's it called? Adding something to the database. By the way, guys, obviously, once you create the API, it's going to give you a database. And that database is going to be DynamoDB. That's Amazon's database. There you go. Right, so you got DynamoDB to work with. So the first thing, like I said, we're going to be adding some stuff to the database. Well, adding a specific to-do to the database. And we'll see how that looks like once we add it. So on form, I'm going to say on submit, we're going to create a little handler. So handle form submit. Copy that up above. I'm gonna just do it right below this. I'm gonna say const handle form submit is going to equal, and we are going to need the event because we need to do e.prevent default. And then down below, I'm going to just create a simple variable that's going to have the to-do details, right? We're going to set that equal to an object. And what was it? What was the schema like? Okay. Oh, so the name is, and then the description. Okay. So I'm going to copy that, paste it, copy this. So the name is going to be the user, the one we got. Oh, the username. So username. And the description is going to be the to-do that we set, right? So to-do. There you go. Now that we have the information, we could actually, push this or add this to the database. Now, since we are going to be talking to the database, AWS Amplify does give us a way to do that. And you probably already know, right? It's going to be the API module. Awesome, right? Also, guys, we are going to be needing, like I said, over here in the GraphQL, these are the GraphQL syntax to update it to do, to delete it to do, to create it to do, right? It's going to be using these things. So what we need to do is import the mutations.js inside of our app.js. So that way we could use these mutations, right? Later on, we're going to be using queries to list the to-dos. So for right now, let's just import. By the way, guys, this code is in it's in the docs mutations. So I'm just reading it off that. That's it. It's literally in the docs. It's in GraphQL, and we want the mutations. Because inside of mutations, this is where the create to do syntax is at. So that's why I have it. So, that's why we imported it. All right, so control save that for right now. And let's scroll down into our handle form submit, okay? So right below, now we can start using that API module. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be using Async Await. So what I'm gonna do is going to say async right here. And then down below, I'm going to say const new to do is going to equal, we're going to await the API dot graph. You got to call the GraphQL so that way, because we're going to be making a query, right? And the only things you pass in here are what it tells you right here, the options and well, the options. So in here, there's two things that you do need to pass as the options, right? The first thing is, what query do you want to use? And that query that we want to use is the create to do, right? So that lives inside the mutations dot create to do. This is the query that we want to do, right? Where's it at? I've been saying syntax all this time. The query. This is the query that we want to use, right? The create to do. So just say, hey, we want to use a query, the create to do query. Okay. Next up is variables. What variables do you want to pass in, right? And we want to pass in an input. Input of this. We want to pass this whole object in here. So the input is going to be the to-dos details right there. And that's pretty much it. That's it. How simple was that, right? This is going to add that new to-do into our database, and we will see this in action. So let's hopefully, right? So let's all right, let's save this. Hopefully it recompiled. It should have recompiled. Okay, yeah, compiled successfully. Okay, let's go to our application. Reload. Good measure. All right, so my first to do, learning Amplify. That's my first to do. So I'm gonna submit this. Submit it. Something should have happened, or hopefully something did happen. If I go to network, I don't know why I didn't clear this. GraphQL. Okay, we got some GraphQLs as you see right there. So it is grabbing that, or it is using that GraphQL. Okay, so let's go to AWS and see if it actually added it. So open up a new tab, AWS Amazon.com, sign in. So like I said, it is in the DynamoDB. So you got to search up DynamoDB. I've already visited. So let's go there and go to tables right here. Tables. We don't want to create a table. So go to tables And you're going to see that we already have a table, which is good. This is the one that Amplify created for us. So click on that and then go to items. This is all the items that we have. And check this out. Oh, yes. So this actually did work. As you can see, we have an item. The ID is this. Like I said, it's going to be auto-generated. It was created at this time, description, and the name was WDJ. Pretty awesome, huh? Yeah, so we created. So now we use the create to do API. Now let's use the listing all the to dos, right? So let's go ahead and try to do that. So let's go back into our application. I get rid of this. So we're going to be using the queries file. So let's just import that right now, so that way we get that out of the way. So I'm gonna just queries. I completely butchered that. Queries. I completely butchered that, man. Slash queries. That's what we're going to be needing, because in queries, this is where we could get all the to-dos, list to-dos, right? So that's what we want. Okay. So guys, to grab the to-dos, I want this to happen on load. Maybe this user already created some, query or to-dos. So I want it to happen in the use effect. Once this component mounts, I want that to happen automatically. So I'm going to do it in here. Now, obviously, you know that async and await, or you can't just put async here. So there's a way to do this properly. So I'm going to create a function. So I'm going to say async. Async function, and we're gonna say get all to dos. That's a function name, right? And inside this function, this is where we're going to try to grab all the to dos from the DynamoDB. So const all. I'm gonna say const all to dos, I guess. To dos. We're going to set that equal to await. It's going to be the same thing as we did down below, like await. I had to sneeze. Oh my God. So await API dot GraphQL. And like I said, we do need to pass in some options. And the only option that we need to pass in is the query, because obviously we're going to grab all the to-do. So there is no other option we wanted to, right? So query, and it's going to be from the queries file.list to-dos. Bam, that is it, right? And I'm just going to log this out. Console.log all to-do, so that way we could see what's going on, okay? And since this is a function, we do need to call this right under here. So I'm gonna call it at the very end, get all to-dos, just like so, okay? So control save this. Yeah, control save that, and let's go back to our project. Let's go to console, and look, there it is right there. Awesome. So if we click on data, you're going to see that, hey, we have data, we have the list to dos, and inside that we have items, and inside that we have the arrays, and the inside of that obviously is going to be our to do, which is learning Amplify. So we are going to be setting this, we're going to be creating a state for this. So let's go inside of our application and create another state. And this is going to be, what should we call this? List to do set list to do. And we're going to set it as an empty array at the very beginning. All right. So down here, what I'm going to do, instead of console log, I'm going to say set list to do. That's a horrible name now that I'm thinking about it, but it gets the point across, right? So what we're going to be setting it is all to dos. Where was it again? Let's go back. All to dos dot data dot list to dos dot items. The item is the array. So all the way there. So data, list to dos, items. Okay. Got it. Let's go. So all to dos dot data dot something dot items. Oh my God. List to dos, man. List to dos. Okay. So list to There you go. List to-dos. There it is. So this is going to set our list to do as an array, give it that array. And now what we need to do is down here is, display all the to-dos. So I'm gonna do it right below this. So I'm gonna say if there is, what do we call it again? List to do. So if we do have list to do's, then what I want to do is create or map, loop through that list to do. So list to do's dot map, and we're going to get an item back. I like saying item, so item back. Oops. And we're going to return an li. No, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Okay, yeah, I am doing it right. Okay. So we're going to return an li, and this li is the key is going to be item, so equal item dot ID. Now, where am I getting that ID? Well, I can show you really quick. As you can see, every item has a created at, description, ID. This is the ID and the name, okay, and updated at. But we only need the ID, and also we need the description. So I'm gonna just copy that so I don't misspell it. Go back to the project, and inside the li, we're going to do item dot description. Control save, and let's take a look. So we have one. There you go. Bam. Pretty awesome, right? Let's do another one. Let's do hit subscribe. You better hit that subscribe. If you press enter, it's sending it, but we're not getting that automatically. So what we need to do is refresh, and boom, hit subscribe. I'm pretty happy about this, right? Now, we're pretty much done, right? I mean, everything is pretty much simple. Like I said, you could go to the aws.amplify.doc, right? You could go, what? It's not here. Where is it at? Right here. So you could go here and go to the libraries, go to the GraphQL, and it's going to tell you, hey, how do you fetch data? And here it is. How do you subscribe to a data, right? How do you create or update data? It tells you everything that you do need to know. But there is one thing that I want you guys to know, and I think it told us right here. So let's scroll all the way on top. Okay, right here. So when you say that, when you try to add that API and you say, yes, I want to add it, so go ahead and do it. It's going to tell you like this kind of, it's not really a warning, but kind of is. The following types do not have a @auth enable. Consider using @auth with model. So what does that does that mean, right? So let's go to our CLI, go to CLI, go to API GraphQL, and then click on set up authorization rules. Okay. Now this right here is going, basically when it says use this @auth, it's just giving that schema some rules. So for an example, here's some examples. Let's get some examples going on here. Let's go right here. So right here, it's saying that, hey, this type to do model, right? And it's giving the @auth, so it's giving some authorization, and the rules are allow owner. So basically, it's going to allow the owner is going to have access to every single little thing, but any other else cannot, grab that to do or list those to dos or update that to do or delete that to do, right? Right here, here's another example. Wait, what example was that? Oh, right here, yeah. So let's say that right here, let's say that you wanted to modify the schema to allow only the owner of the object to be able to update or delete, but allow any authenticated user to read the objects, right? So you want to update and delete, but you want anybody else, you want them to read the objects, right? Read and list to do. So this is how you would do that right here. Allow owner the operations of create, delete, and update. Now, obviously, every single one of these, everyone's going to have access to create a to-do, right? But anyways, just read this. This is just some information that you probably do want to read upon. And like I said, only you should be able to delete your own to-do or update your own to-do. Nobody else could read. Nobody else could delete it or update it. Only you. So this is going to help you out with that. Okay, just letting you know. I will have this in the description down below. But anyways, before I leave, I wanna make this a little bit cleaner, and that means that when we add a to do, automatically, use that use effect to get that latest update. How do we do that? All right. I don't know if this is the right way or not, but we're going to go with it because I've been doing it a lot. Like I said, I'm not sure it's the right way. I'm not saying this is the right way or nothing like that. This is the way that I've been doing it, and that's it, right? So use effect obviously has dependencies. If you don't know what those are, look it up. I'm not going to go over that, but we're going to be using that to grab that new to do. So what I'm going to be doing is right up here, I'm going to create another use state. I'm going to say posted to do. That means that the to do has already been posted. So posted to do. And down here, once we create that, the handle import, once we create that in the database, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set posted to do to the new to do, right? We're never going to use it. Honestly. We're not. But the reason why I wanted to do that is because the dependency for this use state is going to be posted to do. So once this gets set, since this is a dependency for use effect, is going to trigger it and it's going to rerun the application or rerun the use effect hook. So let's try that out. So now go back to your right here. So I'm gonna say hit that like button, submit, and once we submit it, you're gonna see it. Look at that, hit that like button. It's pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. Now that's it for this video, guys. We went through the APIs. Matter of fact, let's open this up because we went through a lot. Let me clear this out. Oops, clear. Amplify. Oh God, no, not this. Amplify stat. I honestly do not know what's wrong with me right now, man. I'm just like, I'm out of it. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so right now, what we've done so far is we've done hosting, we've done authentication, we've done analytics. We've also done API, and I showed you how to use that API, the methods and all that stuff. And for the most part, this is all you're probably going to be using aside of probably storage, for images and stuff like that. But I'm not going to be going over that. If you want me to go over that, guys, leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. Just let me know. Honestly, I will do it. It's not a problem. It's pretty easy to set that up. But I want you guys to go to the docs and look that up and try to figure out how to do it on your own. It's not that hard. I just want you guys to try to do it on your own, right? But anyways, guys, this is the end of the series. We went through a lot. Well, not a lot, but we went through probably, I'm going to say 85% of the things that you're probably going to be doing with Amplify, hosting, authentication, analytics, and APIs. That's pretty much everything that you're probably going to be using. Like I said, 85%. But let me know if you want me to go over storage. I will, but let me know. I'm not. But this is the end of the series unless I see that some people want to do something else. I'll do that. But this is the end, guys. This is the end of the Amplify series. So thank you guys for watching my series. I hit enter by mistake. Thank you guys for watching my series on Amplify. I hope you learned a lot throughout this series. And let me know, guys. Let me know. Awesome. This has actually been a good series, honestly. A good refresher on these things for me, anyways. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next series. I want to thank you guys for watching my videos, spending your time watching my videos. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below on what you thought about the series, and if you want me to cover something else, and I will absolutely do that. Okay. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next series, whatever that may be, or the next video of this series, depending, right? So bye.